Chapter 11. The key fit locker 37 perfectly. Robinson! Jordan gently lifted the robot out of the bus station locker. He turned to Dylan. Does it still work? Dylan nodded quickly. It works perfectly. I wouldn't damage it, little cousin. Don't call me that, Jordan snapped. Glitch and I are out of the maze challenge because of you. That's not what families do. You are not my cousin anymore. Glitch glared at Dylan, then began to inspect the robot. Dylan slammed against the locker. Beside us, Clara hung up her cell phone. Did it work? Hurrah bounced and tugged on her braid. Clara grinned. Jordan and Glitch, get Robinson ready to race. You're back in the maze challenge. The two friends looked up. I don't understand, Jordan said. How did you get us into the competition? Glitch asked. I spoke to the judges and told them what Dylan did. I asked them to let you race Robinson in his place, Claire said. You can thank Myron and Hurrah. It was their idea. It was the most logical solution, I said. The judges had already approved Robinson to be in the competition. I had never seen Glitch smile so much. Thank you guys, she said. She carefully snapped Robinson's case into place. You're very welcome, Hurrah bowed, like she was the star of the school play. We're the West Meadows detectives solving mysteries, and what we do. And winning the Robot Maze Challenge is what we're going to do, Jordan said. Clara laughed and looked at her watch. We should hurry. The challenge begins soon. Jordan picked up Robinson and faced his cousin. I'm still mad at what you did, Jordan said, but you can watch us race if you want. Thanks, Dylan said in a quiet voice. I'd like that. Clara led us out of the bus station. She spoke quietly with Dylan as we crossed the street into the park. I didn't have to hear them to know what they were talking about when he did. When we got to the Maker Faire, Clara hugged him. Dylan was still in trouble, but he was going to be okay. Jordan and Glitch were more than okay. They ran to the robot maze, chatting excitedly. Look how happy they are, Hurrah twirled around her arms held out wide. We made that happen, thanks to our amazing mystery-solving skills. I pulled the piece of orange plastic from my pocket and showed it to my detective partner. Our amazing skills and a little bit of luck. The end. All right.
It took about 2 hours and 10 minutes to finish that book.
Yeah, all together.
That's rude.
All right. So, you should not be talking right now. All right. So, let's write our last part, which is going to be our resolution. So can someone tell me, raising your hand, what is the resolution? Aiden, what do you think the resolution is?
They unlocked the locker and Robinson the robot was there.
Okay. They unlocked the locker and Robinson the robot was in there. Okay. What else? What else is the resolution? What else happened? They ended up being able to do something. What did they end up being able to do?
Yes, you hear that.
What did they end up being able to do? Walter, what did they end up being able to do?
Race.
They ended up being able to race, right? Mm-hmm. So they found the robot. Myron and Hurrah found the robot. So Jordan and Glitch were able to race. They found the robot, so Jordan and Glitch were able to race. Okay, so let's think about what do you think why do you think our author wrote this text? Why do you think, let's think about some author's purpose. Why do you think our author wrote this text? What was his purpose or her purpose? I don't even know who the author is. What was the purpose behind writing the text? What do you think the purpose is? Okay, hold on. Here's what we're gonna do. I want us to, actually let me not write it on that. So I want you to, we're gonna type it in the chat. So the author wrote this to, okay, so you're going to tell me, why do you think the author wrote this story? What was his purpose? What was the purpose behind it? Remember our pie. Does anyone remember? What does the P stand for? Aiden?
The P is persuade, the I is inform.
Oh, I just asked for the P. Persuade. The I. Holly?
Information.
Inform. And the E? Walter?
Persuade.
Entertain.
Entertain. Okay. So you have persuade, inform, entertain. So you're going to tell me in the chat, what was the purpose? Why did the author write this? The author wrote this to do what? Why did the author write this? So you should be typing in the chat, why did the author write this? What was the author's purpose behind writing Make Your Mischief? Okay, I have 4 people so far. I should have more than 4. Okay, good. Got 1 more. I got Miles, Isabella, Michael, Aiden, Walter.
Miss Chandler,
Yes.
when I saw my report card, my mom just said I got all A's.
Huh?
When I saw my report card, my mom just said I got all A's because I got 80 and 90s.
Michael, is that what we're talking about right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Michael.
Okay, I've got Holly. Still waiting on a lot more people to send me what they think. What was the author's purpose? Yes, Camila.
I missed chapter 10 since I was like 20 minutes late on accident. So can you tell me what happened there?
They found the key to where Robinson was hiding, and then they confronted Dylan, and Dylan admitted that he took the robot. Okay, so Isabella, what was the author's purpose behind writing this?
To entertain.
Entertain. So the author wrote this to entertain us with a what? What is this? Is it information and facts? Is it a story? Is it a
Explain.
poem?
The problem.
What is it, Holly?
Persuade.
So what is it? Is it a information, facts? Is it a story? Is it a poem?
It's a story.
A story. So the author wrote this to entertain us with a story about, what was it about? Two kids who did what?
Who found Robinson the robot?
Chandler, can
Or
I go
you
to
could
the
say they did what?
They solved.
restroom? Can I go to the restroom?
Yes, Michael.
Who solved a mystery?
They solved the mystery.
Hey, Miss Chandler.
Yes.
So now can we add that Haran's the main character too?
Yes. I would say we can consider her a main character. Okay, so I want you to notice how I wrote this out, okay? How I wrote, the author wrote this to entertain us with a story, okay? Because it's important for you to understand the author didn't just entertain us, the author entertained us with a story, right? It wasn't a poem, it wasn't an informational text, it was a story. And then I'm going to put my about, and I'm just going to give a brief, generic overview of what the story was about. And the story was about two kids, Myron and Hurrah, who solved a mystery, right? So when you're looking at this, if you were to read this story as a test and they asked you what was the author's purpose behind it, you're going to see an answer choice that looks like this. It's going to look very similar. It's going to say, A, entertain with a story about two kids who solved a mystery. It's not going to give you specifics. It's not going to have Myron and Hurrah's names in it. So you have to make sure that when you're looking at author's purpose, you really understand that they're going to ask you something and they're not going to give you exact specifics. But the important part to remember is entertain, right? Because it's fiction, and story, because it's fiction. So entertain and story.